Hey, 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 what's going on, America? It is the Ace Michaels Show. I'm Ace Michaels. Happy to be with you. Happy to be on the air. Happy to be alive, man. You got to celebrate aliveness. If you got aliveness going on, it doesn't matter what you owe Texas. It's aliveness. Aliveness is worth every penny. I'm telling you. A good friend of mine was having a rough time over the weekend, calls me up, said, I don't want to live, man. I don't want to live. I said, okay. I'm listening. I listened to him spill his guts. And then I said, let me ask you something. What's the option? You don't want to live. What are you going to do? What's your plan? Well, I'm going to take my life. Really? Then what? What did you prove by taking your life? What if 3 months from now you end up hitting the lotto, meeting the girl of your dreams, maybe you get the job you always wanted? Oh, but that won't happen because you'll be dead. Right. So why not go ahead, see it through? You know you're going to die. We do know that. We know we're all going to die. So that is a given. That's going to happen. So why make it happen faster? Why not just enjoy the time that you're here, enjoy the other people that are sharing that time with you, live it out. There are some bad days, but there's also some good days. You've had some good days. Anyway, if you got some thoughts on death and life, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Send us an email or a DM, as the kids say. The kids like to say, just pop it in my DM. And you can DM us, and that was the best way by coming on the show. It gives you an opportunity to voice your mind, speak your opinions, convictions, beliefs, conspiracy theories. You know who you are, and that's what's up today on the show. Dun, 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 dun. I have a fabulous person on the show today. My God, you guys, you're going to love Jennie Menchaca is with us. Jennie is here in Las Vegas running audio sound. What's your professional title? What do you call yourself?
Oh man. Well, it's a lot. I'm a middle school choir teacher, singer, and audio engineer. So I guess it's all three. And I
You get,
spend a lot of time doing all three things. So
you got a good voice for a middle school audio teacher. You do sound like a middle, like I can just see you like, okay, children, now let's stop, the shenanigans and let's
I'm a
get
little
back.
bit more strict than
No
that.
more tomfoolery. Come on. Let's go ta, ti, right?
Exactly.
So do you do that? You put them through ta, ti?
I don't teach them the ta TTs, but I do teach them that. Yes.
And so it's a no-brainer. You're a good teacher, so I'm not going to ask you that. Are you a strict teacher?
Yes.
Oh, see, you
Yes.
suck.
They do know that I'm I'm very easygoing, but we have this thing called festival that's actually happening tomorrow where they go perform and then we get a score on that. And I do become a little bit more stressed out around this
And
time of year.
that's only fun for you. I guarantee you, your students do not like that.
Oh, they love it.
Uh,
It's less fun for me because I'm like stressing out. I'm like, oh my goodness, do they have the songs learned? Meanwhile, they're just like, la 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 la. I'm like, okay, guys.
And what's your go-to, Jennie? Are you clap the two chalk erasers outside punishment? Or are you what do you do when they step out of line?
I talk to them. I'm very like, if you're acting out in class, it's because there's something going on, maybe at home, maybe if not at home, just in the personal life. Like if they're not, especially if they tend to participate often, which I don't have any or many issues with kids not wanting to participate. But when they start to kind of slack off, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like there was this one girl, she got into a fight in the middle of the year, and then like her grades just went down the drain, and she didn't want to do anything, and I was like, what's going on?
Sounds
And then
like
she
me.
broke
Mine are
down.
still plummeting. Mine never recovered.
It's hard. School's hard.
School sucks.
So I
yes.
get it. But they know that, I'm very, I guess, blunt from the start that here are my expectations. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I know that you have a lot going on at home. I know that you have a lot going on over here.
Oh, she's
I kind of
good.
want
Listen
my
to
school
her.
or I
Wow.
want my class to be a place where you're able to express yourself in a way that isn't writing or whatever or math. It's, a way for you to find out if you like singing. And if you don't like singing, that's okay. That's what middle school's about. You're starting to find what you like and don't like. So, yeah.
That is what's up. Now, I don't like to go too political on my show, although, dun, dun, dun. I think it was the Clinton administration. It might have been the Bush administration, but one of those administrations cut off artistic funding to schools. And so then when I was a kid, we used to have music class, and that was a regular thing. We had theater class, we had music class, we even had debate and forensics classes, but those classes got cut. So you didn't see for like, the last 10 years or so, maybe longer, kids having school with music. Do you think that hurt school for kids? Do you think that was an elective that kids need to have like music classes in school?
Absolutely, because these kids need some type of outlet, especially since their bodies are changing and they're starting to feel all these different types of things. Maybe this is typically around the age where parents start to have like marriage issues. I'm having like a handful of kids that are like, oh, like my parents are getting divorced or we just got kicked out of the house. Like it's a lot. So for them to have a way to channel whatever they're going through is very necessary for them. And it also kind of helps them stay out of trouble because they're like, well, if I don't get good grades or if I'm constantly getting into fights, I'm not going to be able to go to this and do that. So Friday, we're actually going to Disneyland. And I'm very picky. Yeah,
wait a minute.
We're very excited.
What's really going on? You ain't got an extra pass for a radio host?
Sure,
Disneyland?
Sure, yeah.
Dog, what is really going on? You don't throw that in the conversation. You got to lead with that. That's a whole nother story altogether, man. I'll learn to play a tuba for that. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Disneyland.
And it is, the entire fine arts are coming with us. So it's drama, orchestra, choir, and band.
I'm a clown. Can I go? I will be happy to go. Disneyland in Anaheim, Disneyland?
Yeah.
Dang.
We're going for a day. So, and it's for a bunch of the kids, it's their first time going out of town without their parents. So they're a little nervous, but I'm trying to remind them that, hey, everything will be okay. I'm here to protect you. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. And we also have like 10 other adults that are coming with us. So
this show is experiencing technical difficulties as Jenny has been kidnapped and will not be released from the studio without a Disney day pass. That's all we're asking, folks, is a Disney day pass. Because Disney's expensive, man. How do these kids go to Disneyland? Disneyland's like $1 billion nowadays
Yeah,
to go.
it's definitely the last time we're going to take them to Disney for a while.
Last time forever.
Yeah, because I was telling my students, like, hey, I mean, not to sound... Well, back in my day, it was only $300 for us to go, and now it's $600. So it's just not fair for us to be asking these parents.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's not including snacks.
Not including snacks, not including the lodging.
Yes.
Like, oh no, it does include lodging.
And Disney's crazy. Like Disney will be like, "Oh, you want to stand next to Mickey Mouse and take a picture? You better toss him $50. Don't think Mickey's not here for just your enjoyment. Mickey gets paid.
It's definitely
you pay Mickey, and
now.
You want Minnie too? Oh, you straight tripping, player. Wow, that's nuts. So that's a cool vacation. So what do the kids had to do to earn that? Like they don't just get that. Right?
No, they needed
she
to.
Said, oh no,
no. They needed to audition for me.
Oh no, Jenny, are you serious?
Oh yeah,
you're kind of hard edge, man.
Well, because they have to perform while they're over there, and so I want to make sure that the kids that I'm taking are, kids that really put their mind to what they're doing.
Jenny's like a sweet Nazi. She's like really a sweet Nazi. Like she says it so sweet, but those kids went to some damn boot camp under Jenny, boy. Woo!
Yes, they cannot have any behavioral issues. No behavioral issues.
Oh my God!
Because I'm not trying to bring all of like the rowdy kids, and then they get and end up getting us kicked out of the hotel or something. No, I'm not trying to deal with that. So
because really, it's all about you, and you don't want to get kicked out of the hotel, so you don't take the rowdy kids.
Where am I gonna sleep? Where are the kids gonna sleep? No, it's a lot. So
I love it. And now you also have a special talent. I want to bring to the show. You are a opera singer.
I was trained classically, but I wouldn't consider myself an opera singer. Yes, that was embedded into the degree for music education was we needed to be trained classically.
Doggone well we're going to want to hear that. So just you better be thinking of a song already because you can't drop that in the middle of any conversation, whether it's a cocktail party or a barbecue. You can't just be like, oh, yeah, well, by the way, I have a superpower called opera. But anyway, don't worry about that. Can I get some more of that potato salad? No. You're going to have to sing. If you do that, you got to give us a taste.
I'll think about it. I'll think of what song.
You gonna be one
think
of those?
Of what song. No, I'll sing, but I just gotta think of the song.
Okay, you be thinking about even while I'm talking. Be thinking about just zone out what I'm saying and just think about what you're gonna sing because we got to get a taste of that.
Sounds good.
So then here in Las Vegas, you are a engineer at the Virgin Casino, the world famous Virgin Casino and Hotel Resort, which is a prestigious gig.
Yeah,
that's a good gig.
It's a lot of fun. Yes, I'm very honored that Justin, my mentor, trusted me to start doing sound there.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, especially since I'm very new. I've only been doing this for about a year. So I'm still trying to become comfortable with whatever is going on, and I still make some mistakes, and I'm still learning.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. But now you know you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And do people know that when they come there and they go, oh, the sound person is a woman? Do they act a fool about that?
I've only had that issue once, and it wasn't even at
Probably
the
from
Virgin.
a woman.
No, it was actually from a dude. It was, we were preparing for like a concert, my spring concert, with my students, and we had this engineer come in, and he wasn't rude, but he just kind of brushed me off, and he just made it seem like I didn't know what I was doing when we kind of spoke about it.
What is up with that? Why would you listen, people, if you walk into a room and the woman who's wearing the lab coat and the scrubs and the mask is introduced to you as the surgeon or the doctor, just presume that she knows what she's doing. Like, why would you presume she doesn't? Why? Because she's got estrogen, she can't run sound? Like, that's nuts, right? Mm-hmm. Why would anybody well, you are petite too. And you're cute. And that's maybe part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the whole like bubbly personality has made it so I feel as if people kind of see me as like maybe stupid. And
but I've heard you get saucy. You intimidated me a couple times. I was like, ooh, okay, it's like that.
Yeah, I don't like it when people assume me to be stupid, so it just kind of like get on my nerves whenever and I don't ever try to like prove myself or whatever. I'm just like, if this is how the person sees me, then I mean, it's not necessarily something I want to associate myself with.
Exactly.
Anywho.
Well, I hope I didn't fall in that category.
No, not at all.
But no, you also, I researched you a little bit on the internet, not in that way, but you also work with the space, or you did, or you still work with the space?
I still do. I'm still employed there, but I haven't taken on any gigs just because I'm so busy, like trying to juggle everything else. My last show that I did over there was like over the summer, and I did tell Emily, who...
Oh, I know Emily.
Yes,
I know
she's
of Emily.
amazing.
I
love her. But I told her, like, hey, I promise I'll come back real soon. And Willie Gallagher, he is another one of my mentors. He is just phenomenal. I'm so blessed and honored and humbled that I have so many great mentors to learn from.
And that's how you get good. You follow your mentors.
Yes.
You know, if somebody's successful at something and they're willing to help you learn how to, listen to them, right? So I got to say this on the air because some people who know me already know this story, but you don't say a word because I don't want you to jeopardize your job.
Okay.
But there is an individual at the space that I will not work with. He is the only individual in Las Vegas that I will not work with because I did an event at the space years ago, and this individual, who if you ever really want to know, I'll tell you off air, but I'm not going to blast you on air. This individual, I did this show, and it was so terrible. Things just didn't work. As your sound person, I'm sure you know, sometimes it just doesn't work. If you get the first band that's late, then the next band's late, then everything just starts to roll downhill, and it's a real juggle to try to keep it together. So this individual at the space, while I was having the worst show of my life, he was like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, my God, this thing is put together so horrible. Oh, my gosh. And then my vendors were there, and they're like, oh, my gosh, should we get a refund? He's like, yeah, you definitely should get a refund. And I'm like, dude, you are not helping at all. What are you doing? So I will never, ever, ever, ever endorse this individual at the space. I like the space. I liked Emily. But this individual, and you know who you are, I will never work with that person. Don't say a word, Jenny. Let's move on. So, Jenny, tell us a little bit about why you became this. Why a sound engineer when you could have been an opera singer. You could have had a pop opera band. You could have had a boy pop opera band. You could manage and go all over the world. Why engineering?
So I started my first semester of college, I was a psychology major, and then I told my mom, I was kind of following her footsteps, and I was like, this isn't what I want to do. Like, I've been in choir ever since I was 12, and then by my senior year, I was in, like, I think 3 choirs. So I took, like, 3 of my classes were choir classes. And so I knew that
don't nobody want to be messing around with people's brains for a living. Yeah, I got you there. Definitely.
Yeah, no, especially for like my poor therapist. Kudos to them. Like it's a big job, so
Yes,
it's definitely
yes.
not for the faint of heart. But I realized that I wanted to do something involved with music, and so I was like, okay, I'll do music education. I'll become a choir teacher, and then
Wow.
I just didn't really feel like I fit in completely with the people that I was like, and I love my friends. My undergrad years are some of the best years of my life. I don't really have anything like negative to say about like any of my experiences or really anybody.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't really for me. Like my friends that were really involved in the major, they were like really excited about the newest composer that was composing things for the students or whatever, and it didn't really capture my attention. And then in the vocal performance world, which is where like the opera comes in and everything, I wasn't really obsessed, or I guess it didn't capture my attention, the opera that they were going to be working on, or like, oh, what's your favorite composer? Like it wasn't up my avenue. And so I just didn't really feel like I really clicked in that aspect. And so I started singing professionally when I was 19. I sing in a few churches around town. I sing over at Guardian Angel Cathedral, and then currently at St. Anthony of Padua.
Okay,
And
you can't drop that. You're going to sing some gospel or some. You're not leaving here without singing something. Just know that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sounds
just so we're
good.
clear on that. Yeah, good.
And I like doing stuff like that. And I was like, I would like to maybe eventually record myself or whatever.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, what if I go somewhere else and I kind of just record my voice or whatever? And then I realized how expensive that was. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not going to happen.
Yes.
And so I graduated, and then I started...
Truth by finance.
Yes, exactly. I graduated in 2020, and then I started subbing. And I realized that I didn't really feel fulfilled. And so I was like, what can I do that's still music related that will allow me to work with the type of music that I listen to on a daily basis, that I really like to sing and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess I can do like music technology. That sounds really cool. And so I started looking into it over at IUPUY, and I got in. And the program was great. Dr. Deal, he was a wonderful professor, just out of this world.
Wow.
And then when I was over there, I was like, okay, cool. Well, this is all like textbook stuff, but I kind of want to learn how to do it hands-on. And so like when I first enrolled into the university, I thought, okay, I want to work in the studio. That sounds great, blah, 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 blah. And then I went to Taverna Castera for a show, and I saw this man, tall, scary looking. His name's Adam Lerner, and I was like, this man, he looks like he can kick my ass. I'm gonna go ask him about sound.
You found the most threatening person in
Yes.
the room and approached them. That's
Yes.
a good. Hey, there you
because
go,
he was
guys.
holding the iPad, so I'm like, well, if not now, then when?
Yes,
So I went up to him and I was like, hey, would you mind teaching me some stuff? I'm a student. And he goes, sure. And then he started training me over at Virgil's Barbecue. And then he goes, if this goes well, I'll introduce you to Justin Centeno, who does sound over at Virgin. And I said,
Nice.
okay. So he introduced me, and then Justin kind of took the reins from there and started training me. And then he put me on Wednesday nights at open mic and Thursdays, which I do sound for whoever wins the open mic. And then
That's
while
incredible.
yeah, it's awesome. Then
That is incredible.
while I
actually.
was doing that, I applied to work at the Space as well because they were looking for audio engineers, and they hired me, and I'm so grateful, and I love everybody that I've met over there. They have been nothing but just some of the kindest, warmest people, and they really hold a special place in my heart. And anyone at the Space, if you're listening, just know that I cannot wait to return. It's coming, I promise. It's a lot. I didn't realize I really underestimated how busy I would be trying to juggle like the 3 jobs in grad school, and then also having a life with my friends. And yeah, it's a lot. And I keep saying that, but it's because it's true. It's a lot.
And we got about, time is never on our side. We got about literally like 1 minute before we're out of time. And we're going to get a song out of you before that happens.
Sure.
But I think we should educate these bands just a little bit, because running sound is a tough job. And what makes it, this is my opinion, okay? What makes it such a tough job is that things change from moment to moment. Like if you've got a show like an open mic, well, you've got one person who's playing an acoustic guitar, and then you've got a band, and then you've got one person who wants to do tracks. And then their tracks levels may be crazy, and you've got to deal with all of these different things that are changing all the time. So Jennie, if you could for me, give me 3 pieces of advice that you think would make it easier or less challenging for the sound person and band relationship or the artist relationship? Like, what would you like for more bands to know or more artists to know coming into it that would help you do your job better?
Like at open mic or just in
Or
general?
just in general, like what can bands or artists do to help you as a better, make you a better sound person without there being it's so challenging for you?
Ooh, I guess guitarists, making sure that your EQ is kind of leveled out so that we don't get any weird frequencies popping out. I guess just being nice to us. That's mainly my big thing.
She's like, do whatever you want, just be nice.
For real. Like I don't like you can have like the weirdest, I guess, instrument that's kind of not really cooperating, but if you're nice or if you're mean about it, it just makes the job that much more tedious for me. But yeah, I mean, if you're nice to me, I'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever, we'll figure it out. Just in patience. But yeah, I wish it was a little bit more technical for me. Maybe I just haven't been in the field enough or long enough to know what, I guess, from the technical standpoint would be more beneficial for me. But at least right now, it's just be nice and patient with us. And
I've been at the Virgin
remember
Casino.
that we're people too, that we're not. And yes, we are here to, help you sound good, but we're also not your servants. So.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I've been at the Virgin Casino where I've heard people just yelling your name at, like, something goes a little baby hair bit wrong, and everyone's, Jennie! Like, wait a minute, she could be in the bathroom, guys. She could be, I mean, come on. Baby. But yeah, it is a pretty demanding job. Okay, it's opera time.
It's
Hello.
opera time. Okay.
Opera time.
Oh, man, I forgot.
Okay, time to sing a song on the Ace Micheals show. Hello.
I don't even know how the words go anymore.
We don't need the words. We don't care about the words.
Oh man, I forgot how it goes.
This is just a taste.
Oh man,
this is only going to be played for all the industry people in the world.
Great,
don't be
trying
nervous.
To think of, like, the song.
Every A&R person gets a copy of this show. Don't worry about it. Don't let yourself be nervous. Hello, Puff Daddy. Yeah, listen to this.
Oh man, maybe not. Oh, mio bambino caro, I forgot the words there. That's all you're getting.
I need a teleprompter. What were you saying? Was it Italian?
I don't remember. It's Italian, but I don't remember the words.
I think what you were saying, I'm going to paraphrase. What I got from it was, bands, please stop being a-holes to the sound person, please. That's what's up, man. It's Jennie Menchaca.
Hey.
Say that 3 times fast if you're bold. Menchaca, ladies and gentlemen. Jennie Menchaca on the show today. Jennie, thank you so much for being my guest on the Ace Micheals show. Yeah. The rest of y'all play too much. We'll see you guys on the next show. You know what I say at the end. I still mean it to this day. Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you.
Toodaloo.